If you're like me, you want to do UGC, you might have been a little bit confused by browsing Twitter because everybody's talking about the best framework to do UGC ads, but which one actually is the right one to use? Is there such a thing as the best ultimate UGC framework that will constantly make sure that you get winning ads? Well, truth is, I'm not entirely sure, but I want to show you in this video the only way that I believe to be right when creating a UGC ad, so stay tuned for that. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Justin and I'm the founder at paidadvertising.com, an e-commerce marketing agency having worked with over 60 clients in the last 3 years and spent over $10 million on ads. So with that being said, let's jump straight into the video. So the only UGC, and I'll put that in big quote, framework you will ever need. So what the industry tells you to do. So if you go anywhere on YouTube or on Twitter, this is what you'll see. A bunch of clickbaity hooks that are like, this UGC framework made us million, or high ROI UGC framework, top 5 framework that makes my agency millions of dollars. So more often than not, you'll have agencies talking to you about the frameworks that they use. Then top right corner in the ad spend podcast, you've actually got some legit brand owners now speaking about the frameworks that they use at their brand. But here's the thing. This is not exactly how it works. People are mistaking frameworks for the holy grail and the way to ensure replicable success. But here's the catch. Why they don't work? Well, first of all, it's tactic based. It's gimmicky and it's a technique, and you should refrain from everything that seems like a step-by-step solution for you to follow. If somebody tells you, do that as a step 1, do that as a step 3, do that as a step 4, truth is, it probably won't work for everyone. So really be mindful of that and focus more again on an overall kind of solution or a way of thinking rather than just a copy and paste framework like what everybody's telling you to do. Now, the second thing is it also assumes that every brand or every customer is at the same awareness level, right? It assumes that you are just as sophisticated as your competitor or that your market is just as aware as the next market. It's not true, right? So if I go back to that right here, let's pick the one that we have, let's say right here. Let me enlarge that one actually for you. So high ROI UGC framework, hook, problem, twist the knife, product intro, feature, benefit, bad alternative, result, CTA. Well, if we're speaking about the problem off the bat, that is a problem we're at. So in that case, that means that my customer is aware they're having a problem. What if they're not? What if they're not aware that they have a problem? What if my customer is actually solution aware? Not only are they aware they have a problem, but they also know about a product similar to mine. Does that still work for me? The answer is no. This won't work for you. And people are speaking about these frameworks as if it would work for any brand. It doesn't. So now if we go back to why this doesn't work, well, what do I add now in each building block? So if I go back to that right here, okay, now I know I need to do a hook, then problem, then twist the knife. How do I twist the knife? How do I speak about a problem? What's the product intro should be looking like? What's the hook? How do I make a good hook? I don't know, because all I'm doing is following a framework. And I've looked into many agencies and brands, and trust me, that's how most people think. They'll be like, yeah, we gotta, like most people have some form of library with maybe a dozen frameworks that they reuse across different clients or they reuse across their different ads. And they just they give names to each of these frameworks, and they know in their mind, like, all right, we've tested all of these framework 1, 2, and 8, all were great. But they still don't know why. Like, why is it that framework 1 that let's say is structured like such, right? It has a hook, battle to native education. Why is it that this framework 1 is working, whereas this one, let's say that I just tested, isn't? I wouldn't know unless I'm aware of all of the components I'm adding into that framework, which most people aren't. So let's keep going. Void of meaning and no market resonance. It's the same thing again. People don't really spend the time to think about what's the overall messaging. Like, okay, now I have a framework, but what is my goal with that video? What is the one point I want to bring across the table to my viewer? What is the one point they should walk away from this video and understand? Usually people don't think as far as that. They're like, well, obviously it's to sell the product. Obviously it's to be aware of the product. But yet again, is the audience necessarily going to be aware of your product if they don't understand it? Where is your audience in the buyer's journey? Where are they in the buying cycle? You must understand that first when making a UGC video. So what you should do instead is looking like that. I've made a video recently that I'm gonna link to you right now. If you haven't yet watched that one, leave this video, go watch this other video, and then come back to this right now. This is about filling out what we call at paidadvertising.com the research center. Before you do anything, you fill out your research center. You learn more about your product. Yeah, but Justin, this is my product. I already know about it. Or Justin, I've been working with this client for months now. I already know what they're selling. Do you? Do you really know everything about this product? Where is it written? Or is it just in your mind? You need to have a place where you have a library of mechanisms, of unique selling propositions, of features, benefits, etc. about your product. Same thing about the persona. Who are you selling to? Who are you currently selling to? And here's your ideal persona. Desires, pain points, features into benefits, awareness level, sophistication stage, angle. Do that first and watch that video that, again, I recently posted on the channel. Then pick a recipe or framework. And here's the catch. Most people do it the other way around. They're actually first going to do something like that. Oh shit, team, I just found on Twitter, if I go back from earlier, I just found on Twitter this like perfect UGC framework. It looks so good that the agency that posted it even attached a video with it. Wow, this looks like such a cool and high converting framework. Let me use that. Okay, that's the framework. Now I have my brand and product. How do I fit my brand or product into this framework? Like, how do I, okay, now I got the framework, but like, what problem am I solving for at my brand? Okay, let me answer that. What product do I have? Okay, let me answer that right here. What's my solution? Let me do the same thing. They're filling in the blanks with their solution. Is this really what you want to do? Did you start in business because you're just trying to fill out a template? Or did you start in business because you truly believe you have a superior solution? Most people is a latter. If it's the first, hey, keep it up. Keep doing you. But I don't think you're going to get very far. And to be quite honest with you, this is the correct way of going about it. Let me first understand my audience, their core desires, their pain points, what moves them, and fully break down my product. Now, let me put that on the table, understand how aware my persona is of what I have to offer to them, understand how sophisticated is the market versus my product, then bring all of these together, my desire / pain point I want to tap into, which is my overall messaging for this video. Then second of all, the awareness level of my persona. Then third, the sophistication of the market. Let me bring all of that together, and then what framework or recipe is best adapted to where my persona is currently at? How can I meet my persona versus them having to make the walk and meet me where I'm at right now in my marketing? This is how you do it. You first decide all of these, and then you can go on Twitter, then you can go on YouTube and then find these frameworks and be like, all right, does that fit with my consumer? Hook, bad alternative, education. That's probably an unaware customer. They probably don't really know much about the product because we're educating them first and then introducing the product, then talking about special details, benefits, results. It's probably for somebody who's not really aware of what I have to offer them. They don't really know the type of product I have to offer them. Okay, and they probably don't even really know about the problems they might even be facing with that product. Okay, so if this is my persona, then this UGC framework is going to be the best for me to use. But let's say that's not my persona. Let's say my persona is actually problem aware. They know they're having a problem. They know they need to fix something, and boom. Hook, problem, twist the knife. That's a good one. Or on the flip side, let's say my persona is product aware. They know that my product exists. They've probably even tried other solutions in the market around my product. Well, there you go. That's it right here, right? Hook, demo, feature, benefit. You go straight into the product. Hook, here's my product. Here's how it works. Feature 1, feature 2, feature 3, benefit, boom, buy. That's it, because the prospect already knows everything there is to know, or at least they're aware of what type of product you're trying to offer them. And this is where your good friend ChatGPT can help you. Hey ChatGPT, here's my persona. Here's what they like, what they don't like. Here's the exact desire that I want to tap into for a Facebook ad I'm going to create right now, or for a TikTok ad I'm about to run right now. It's a UGC style ad. It's a video. So here's the desire. Here's the awareness level. Here's the sophistication stage. Can you recommend 5 to 10 frameworks that would work for my case? Then you're going to get some good responses. So if you've now watched all of this video and you ask me the same question again, let's go back to the basics. What framework is the best for my brand to use? What framework should I use for my clients? Or how can I ensure that I get replicable success? Or if that something succeeds in my ad account, I would know why. It's by doing these. Then you keep track internally in a Google Sheet or in a Google document of all of the ads that you're running, and within these ads, what's my desire? What's my awareness level? What's my sophistication stage? And what's the overall angle I'm going for with that ad? Keep that. Then you also add, what is the recipe I'm testing? And now you have all of these variables because you're not just relying on a simple recipe or framework to make things work. You also have the backbone of it all right behind it. If you've watched this video all the way through, I'm gonna invite you to do one of the following two things. So if you're an e-commerce brand owner, you want us to run all of your paid advertising campaign and produce all of your content, would it be from UGC to motion graphics, etc., click the link down below and book in a call to speak with our team. And with that being said, anybody watching this video, regardless of where you're at in your journey, if you're an agency, if you're a marketer, if you're a brand just getting started, we have our free school community where we have a PCAD mini course. So essentially a mini course walking you through paid advertising, content creation, editing, UGC, and everything you can think about in terms of paid advertising. So with that said, I invite you to check this free school community out below. And on that note, I'm going to wish you guys an amazing day. See you in next video. Cheers.